Good morning, beauties. How is it with you this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're tuning in? How are you? That you. I'm talking to the you deep, deep inside, underneath the outer layers of personality. There's nothing wrong with personality, nothing whatsoever, but I am speaking to and from the deep, right? The watery realms. It started pouring rain this morning, our first wave of rain where I am, the big wave coming in. And we are in a very watery time. There are various trines. I'm not an astrologer, but I am interested, deeply interested, and there are various trines in water. And this is a longer lasting focus, and so to pay attention to your emotions, the landscape of your feelings, right? The feeling tone. Now, not just emotions that we have words for, right? Like pain and sadness, anger, right? Rage, grief, but your feelings in your body. And I know for some people, right, I'll say, where are you feeling that in your body, or what's happening in your body? And they might not, you might not, they might, we might not have a reference point, right? We might not have traveled so intimately with our awareness of our body that we have that kind of lexicon, that kind of languaging to speak about. Well, I feel it here, I feel it here. This is a time to simply drop or dive in with curiosity to the landscape of your experience as you walk around, wander around, drive around, run around, fly around this life on earth experience. To really notice when you get waves of feeling, right? You might enter a space, right? A store, or somebody's home, or an office, or wherever you're going. Start to tune in and notice. Start to call yourself into attention. And again, as I always say, attention without tension, right? Which would involve that process of leaning back. Even as you are walking into a space, leaning back in your consciousness, leaning back in your awareness, so you can sort of span open and widen your view. Now, we're not just talking about, in fact, I'm not talking about your view with your eyes. I'm talking about that inner sensation, that inner attunement, the tuning fork, tuning yourself in to the frequencies around you. Be curious, right? Just use it as an experiment, as a training, right? To train your senses in new ways. We didn't get this kind of ground level training as children. We were already that. We were already experiencing the world that way as tiny people. But actually we were having those knowings trained out of us, right? When we consider most people's experience with school, not all, but most, right? You were meant to sit still somewhere. Sit in a spot, sit in the circle, sit at a desk, sit in a chair, right? If you were just exploring, roaming, unless you were in a very, very enlightened school environment, you were told to sit down usually, or come back to the group, come back, be here and do this, and still your body. Yeah? That is not natural. That is not the way we are made. We are made to feel. We are made to be in relationship with. We are creating these experiences around us. We are the deeper you go into curiosity about what it is that you are experiencing, you drop into, well, how am I feeling right now? Well, what am I noticing right now? How is that light, feeling on my skin? Or how am I feeling when I'm in contact with this human being? Just constantly, as a fun and playful growth development experiment, okay? Notice when you're in the grocery store. Notice other people. Obviously, you're not going to be a creeper and you're like staring at people. That's not what I'm talking about, and I think you understand that. I know you do, because you are a highly sensitive person, and you notice if somebody's doing that with you, right? You just open your attunement levels, right? You just broaden out your curiosity, and you allow yourself to become awake and aware of the fact that you are interested in your environment. Start noticing even the vibratory field, the vibratory tone of the fruits and vegetables in the produce section, right? Start really, really pay attention. What is bright for you, right, on any given day? Don't just fall into lockstep. Oh, I always buy red bell peppers. I always get this. Walk in like you are entering a brand new country. You've never visited there before. You are super excited and curious to have landed in this new country. You've been planning this trip for a long time, and now you've landed, you've stepped out of the airport, and you just are going to notice, ooh, it smells differently here. Wow, look at these colors, look at these buildings. Oh, the people look like they're dressed differently. Ooh, the sound of their language. Same thing. Okay, be curious. Make your experience new, because it is new. Every single moment is a brand new now. You know that. I know you do. I know you know this. And I am just here to sort of coax and invite you into a bigger version of it, so that you can start growing your psychic sensibilities, okay, your clairvoyance, your ability to channel, your ability to be aware, and then to start creating, to be creative with it. But first start with this. Also, as you're going about your day, notice if errant thoughts, old pattern thoughts, right? Old words that don't feel good in your body. That's number one. If a repetition of a phrase, a sentence, a word doesn't feel good to you, causes you to start feeling contracted versus expanded, notice, even make note, write them down as you notice them. Later, right, you can take these and you can counterbalance those negative words with the new words that you want to start putting into your mind. I've spoken of this before, but it's the same experimental, curious, awakened version of encountering these old patterns. This is a time for truly deciding that you are actually so done with these old patterns that weren't yours to begin with. So anything you can do to take them out of your body, out of your mind, right? Putting them on paper is a good way. You might later decide to burn them, right? Okay, I'm done with that. I'm done with that one. I'm done with that one. I'm done with that one. And I'm adding these in. And it takes discipline, it takes discipleship to this new beginning that you are inside of, and we've all been inside of for a few years now. But this is a really important couple of months at the ending of this 2025, that you allow yourself to complete, be in completion with, right? So that you can keep raising your vibration, raising your curiosity levels, engaging with life as a magician, right? I spoke about the magician and the tarot, right? That you're starting to use all of your tools, earth, air, fire, water, ether as well, through your body, through this amazing tool, this amazing vessel called your body. So start today with curiosity. Start expanding your inner vision. Start expanding your vibrational field. Start noticing people, right, in the store or wherever you are who actually do catch your eye, and give them something from your eye. Give them something beautiful, something where you say through your eyes, even if it's just 1 second glance, I see you. I see you. I'm with you. We're together. We are all one in one field, right? You'll know. You develop your discernment to know where you give this kind of energy, right? Now, even people, I've had this experience myself so many times, millions of times probably in my lifetime. Humans that my personality self might think, based on outer superficial offering of what it looks like, that they would be a certain way. And as I would push myself beyond that and meet them as soul to soul, absolute miraculous conversations, unbelievably amazing connections, deep, pure, beautiful connections and encounters with fellow souls who are traveling here on this earth plane, doing something mighty, right? There's an offering in everybody. Everybody. So be an offering to everybody. Be an offering. Okay. So much love to you. Just gratitude. Big love. Talk soon.